Ashley tells everybody to block me out of nowhere, unprovoked, very much unprovoked. What's up, beautiful people? Oh my gosh,
he needs some milk.
it's your girl Jania, and I am back with another video. If it's your first time here, hi, welcome. I would offer you a seat, but y'all already know only my subscribers can sit down. Oh wait. Okay, great. So as y'all can see, it look like I'm asleep. But you know what? Today we're gonna be doing a get ready with me. So we gonna fix it. We gonna fix it. But I just thought it would be a good idea if I told y'all some stories while we getting ready. So let's go get ready. But we're gonna skip, and this is dangerous, don't do this. But we're gonna wand curl my hair today, y'all. And honestly, I just personally feel like wand curls look good in cold weather. Like just blowing in the wind, they look good. So we're gonna wand curl my hair today. Okay, so we waiting on that to heat up. But anyways, these stories that I decided to tell y'all today, these like, they just short stories. They basically stories that was not long enough to put in their own videos. And so I'm gonna tell y'all today. But y'all look at my wig. Yeah, I know, shh, I know. I had it wand curled yesterday, but obviously I went to sleep. Ooh. But anyway, so yeah, let me tell y'all about elementary school, y'all. So I would say, and I can say with about 80% confidence, that my elementary school was a little suspect. Yes, my elementary school was a little bit racist, y'all. And let me tell y'all, so basically at my elementary school, I was like, it was probably about 2 other black kids in my, not in my actual classes, but like in my graduating class, which means like basically they had us kind of separated into like, I don't know what they would call them elementary school, but you know how you got like team A, team B. I think we had about 4 teams. And so then like every day we would just rotate classes, and then like one team start off with the ELA teacher, the next team start off with the math, the next one start off with social studies, and then we literally just rotate to each teacher. And so basically I was like the only black girl, only black person in my classes from like kindergarten to 4th grade, because then I moved in 5th grade. But like it was to the point where literally I was like, if I was ever in a class with like another black person, which was rarely, it was the same black boy from kindergarten. Yeah. And so basically, you know, this one time I was in kindergarten or whatever. Where's my comb? Did I bring my comb over here? We're back. But anyways, so basically at this point I was in kindergarten, and what did we, oh yeah, and so my sister at the time, she was in like middle school, and her middle school was like right next door to my kindergarten. And so like we would walk home and stuff together, but she'll have to come get me, of course. So like we would walk home from school and stuff together. And so my sister, you know, I didn't really like, I don't know, I didn't really have as many friends in the neighborhood until my little sister started going to school, because I was just, I would say I was socially awkward. Like, I don't know. Not even socially awkward. It was to the point where, you know, I could have friends, but at the time I don't think my parents was comfortable with me and my older sister like going places like sleepovers and stuff. And so I would have, you know, friends, and then they'll invite me to something and I can't come. And basically, you know, everybody who went kind of moved up a level, whereas I didn't get to go. So now I'm like, well, we don't have a sleepover behind. But yeah, so I don't think it was as much I was socially awkward, but just that, you know, I never really, yeah. And so basically my sister had this friend in the neighborhood, and the friend she was a white girl, and she had a little sister who was in my grade. And so I had known her younger sister because like we had classes and everything together. So I knew her or whatever. And I consider us friends because, you know, sometimes we would ride the bus together. Oh, let me get my pens. I'm so unprepared. I'm sorry. I just decided it was better off if I brought the whole bag. But anyways, but yeah, so I considered us friends because we would ride the bus and stuff together, and we stayed in the same neighborhood, and you know, our sisters hung out, and so by default I felt like we had a bond. And we did, because she had even invited me to her birthday party, and literally, y'all, I begged my mama to let me go, and she let me go. She actually went with me because the birthday party was at a little it was at like a YMCA park or whatever. So we had the birthday party, and of course it's me and the only other black boy at our school. We was there, and then it was like some other little white kids. I can't remember exactly who was there, y'all, because I was not there for too long. And so basically we there, my mama over there, you know, talking to the other parents, and yeah, it was just like other moms, I guess, because yeah. And so that's when I think I was on the monkey bars, and I wouldn't say I'm competitive, but I mean, if you good at something, why not show it off? But obviously I wasn't good at it. But I was on the monkey bars, and you know, I thought I was killing it. And then I like, you know how like you can swing off, like you just let go? I let go. And when I let go, I felt something pop, y'all. And so I'm on the ground, I'm like, ooh. But of course, like, I'm not finna cry in front of these people, like, so they can be out here thinking Jania was crying at the birthday party. Like, no. And so basically, you know, I called my mama, and my mama already knowing, like, cause I done told y'all how I be on the bike, so she already knowing, like, oh my god, Jania just always somewhere getting hurt. Like, dang, just stand up on 2 feet. Dang. But yeah, so she walked over there. She's like, oh my god, what'd you do? And I'm like, I hurt my ankle. Yeah, it hurt because I was on the monkey bars and I jumped off the monkey bars. And so that's when my ankle, it was swollen up a little bit. It was swollen. And so she took me to the hospital. Well, not even the hospital. Well, yeah, the hospital. Because we stayed right next to the hospital anyways. And so that's when we get to the hospital. We waited for so long. And then I think they took me in for like an x-ray or whatever to see, you know, of course, if it was broken or whatever. Because I could walk, so I knew it wasn't broken. I just thought it was sprained. And so we went, and basically that's when the doctor was all like, oh, it's okay. It's just a little like sprain. She can just wear slippers or some comfortable shoes to school tomorrow, and she'll be just fine. And so, of course, I'm looking like slippers. Ugh. I wanted a cast. I wanted a boot. What do you mean wear slippers to school tomorrow? And so, ooh. How do I roll this back up? Oh. Wait. Okay. There we go. But yeah, so he like, yeah, you know, she can just wear slippers to school tomorrow and whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is ugly. I wanted some crutches. I wanted a boot. I wanted people to sign my cast. Like, yes, I did. Because that like, bro, if you got somebody signing your cast, yeah. But anyways, so that was that. Twisted my ankle at the girl birthday party. So fast forward, I wore my slippers and whatnot, and you know, of course, the pain went away a few days after because it wasn't that serious. But so I think my sister had like started running track or something, and so I had to start riding the bus home, which was fine. Like walking, that walk was long anyways, but it was just a way of me to like get home at the same time as her, because I would get out of school before her. And so walking home together was just a way of getting home at the same time. And so basically, I'm riding a bus. And so as I'm walking out to the bus loop, because I think we walked out with our teachers and whatnot. But then like when you're in the bus loop, you see everybody waiting on their bus. And so I get out there and I see a friend, the one who stayed in my neighborhood. And so we gonna call her Ashley, okay? We gonna call her Ashley. And she has a reappearing role in these stories, okay? But anyways, so we see Ashley, and Ashley's walking with another boy. And so I'm like, hey, Ashley, and hey, the boy, he wasn't really my friend, but his name is gonna be Frank. So we see Ashley and Frank, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, hey, Ashley, hey, Frank. And then Ashley was kind of acting fake. And so Ashley's like, I can't talk to you. And I'm like, why can't you talk to me? And she was like, well, Frank said we shouldn't talk to you anymore because you're black. And I'm looking like, girl, what? Like, what that mean? Because mind y'all, this is like kindergarten. This is kindergarten. We ain't even learned about Harriet Tubman. We ain't learned about no Frederick Douglass, like no Kunta Kinte, nothing. Like, I barely even knew I was black. Kid you not. I barely even knew. But after that day, I knew I was blackity black, black, black. I did. I sure did. And I embraced it. But anyways, so of course I'm just looking like, and mind y'all, this was very much foreign to me because I had never experienced none of this before. Yes, my family is very much black, but not to the point where like, basically I was in kindergarten and I knew I was black. I knew my family was black. I love being black, but I didn't really know about no racism, okay? And so of course at that point I really didn't have anything to say because I didn't know what to say. Like, I don't even think I knew about Martin Luther King for real. So I'm just looking like, that was that. And so I go home, and so when I get home, I think I like tell my mama. And so then mama always want everybody to hear it, so I think she like waited till my dad got home. And then my granddad, he was living with us too. So y'all, it was just meet the Browns, honestly. But that's when she was like, Jania, tell your daddy what happened at school. And so I'm like, I was walking to the bus and I was talking to my friend Ashley, and then her friend told me they didn't want to be my friend because I was black. And so I kid you not, my dad just bust out laughing. He just bust out laughing. And I'm like, why you laughing? I didn't understand, because at this point I still didn't understand. I think my mama told me something, but I still didn't understand. I didn't understand. So I'm looking like, why he laughing? And so he like, oh, okay, and what did you say? I was like, I didn't say anything. And he was like, okay, well, you know what you need to do? You need to go back when you get to school and see her tomorrow. You need to tell her you don't want to be her friend because she's white. And of course I didn't do that. One, because I'm not that person, and two, I think I was done talking to her once she told me she didn't want to be my friend because I was black. Like, girl, what? And so mind y'all, you know, my dad said this, right, because he kind of grew up in a city in California where he had similar experiences where it was just like a lot of white people and then he was like the black kid. And I honestly expected that response from him because later he tell us a story about how some white boy called him the N-word and like he knocked his tooth out. And I'm just looking like, we are not the same. We are not the same. Like, you give me very much Malcolm X vibes, which is perfectly fine, but I think I was more like an MLK at the time. Now I'll knock your teeth out. Now I will. Now I will, because we know better. And so I was really just looking like, this girl really just. And I think when I had got back to school, I maybe like told my teacher, oh, girl, you better stay up there. I think I like told my teacher because, you know, they be talking all that mess. Like, oh my God, if there's ever an incident of bullying, what do? Tell an honest adult. Like, girl, what? And so I tell her. And this lady literally, oh, she didn't mean it. How do you know she didn't mean it? How do you know she didn't mean it? You don't. You don't. No. Ugh. And so basically that situation was that. And then I ended up moving away like a few grades later. And so I move away. And basically this is around the time Kick started to get popular, and so all me and like my new friends and stuff, we was on Kick. And then I also was using Instagram, and so a lot of like of my old friends from the old school follow me on Instagram. And so some of them, you know, added me to like they little Kick group chats. So why are we in the Kick? Ah, oh, I just burned my face. But why are we in the Kick group chat and Ashley's in there, and Ashley tells everybody to block me out of nowhere, unprovoked, very much unprovoked. Ashley just tells everybody to block me. And so mind y'all, at this specific point in time, there were other black kids now at the school, but I walked so they could run, okay? And this, they do not know. So, you know, they all, you know, friends with Ashley and Frank and all of them. But yeah, so these new people, they don't know me. And so, out of nowhere, ooh, I didn't mess that one up. We gotta do that one over. Oh, I mean, I gotta. Okay, but out of nowhere, Ashley proposes that everybody block me. And I'm looking like, what is up with this girl? Mind y'all, to this day, like, I don't think I ever clapped back to her. Or I may have said something to her in a DM in like middle school. But I honestly don't even remember that, child. But I'm looking like, what do you have against me? What do you have against me? Because what? That don't even make no sense. And so basically I think somebody kicked me out the group chat. And so I wasn't in a group chat no more. But at that point I was just sitting there like, what the heck? Like, you weird, girl. You weird. And so like around middle school I kind of transferred back to that area. And so I would see her, you know, at basketball games and stuff. And so by this point, you know, more black people had migrated to the area. And so it was slightly more diverse now. But every time I would see her somewhere, I'd make sure I like whoever I was with, they were like, oh my god, there's Ashley. I'm like, no, no. Ashley told me she didn't want to be my friend because I was black in kindergarten. And I'm like, oh my god, what? I don't care if it was kindergarten, first grade. I don't care if she said it in the womb. She said it. And you know what? It's just the fact that one, she said it, and the fact that even Frank told her to say it, or even Frank said it, that proves that racism is taught. It is a taught characteristic. Like, these babies do not just come out the womb saying, ew, black people. Like, girl, don't you think, I'm not even gonna go there. But yes, racism is definitely a taught characteristic. Because that's what I'm saying. It was plenty of white people at that school, but you was the only one or y'all two out of however many was the only ones to say that. But anyways, now we're still not done. Into the next story. So basically, this next story, so this was around like 2nd grade. I had this one friend, his name, we're gonna call him Jason. And so me and Jason, you know, we was good friends or whatever. And Jason would be telling me his business, then forget. But anyways, so me and Jason, you know, we played Roblox together after school. Yes, we did. And so basically, you know, what would happen is we would get on a bus. We rode different buses. So I think after like a few days of playing together, we realized, okay, you know, I get home before Jason, So, oh no, I think we realized like we realized something, which basically this is the order, or like we should call each other like this, because we was using the house phone, okay? And so basically either Jason would call me, or you know, I would call Jason after however long. And so that's how we would, you know, set up to play on the game. And like we'll play on the game, or we'll just be talking on the phone or whatever. And mind y'all, this friendship was platonic. We ain't know nothing about no boyfriends and girlfriends then. And so this friendship was platonic, right? And so we'll be talking on the phone, playing Roblox, and that would be that. And that was just like a routine at that point. That was a routine. And so basically, I think one day Jason we was walking to the bus, and Jason would just be blabbing. He just had a blabbermouth. And so he was telling me how his parents was getting divorced and stuff. And we was talking, and then he was saying how they separated and just all that stuff. And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And so we talking about it, right? And I think of course we went home that day, played on the game. And so basically I think Jason had like told me like, okay, yeah, sometimes, you know, like yesterday my bus was a little late, but I think you get home after me still. So if I don't answer, just, you know, like keep calling, and then like if my mom answers, you know, just tell her that you're looking for me. And so I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And so I get home or whatever, gave it a little bit of time, and I started calling Jason. And so like usually if Jason mom answers, I just like, okay, can I speak to Jason? She'll be like, okay. And so I think one day his mom may have answered and said, Jason's busy, stop calling. And I'm like, okay. And so what's it? It's so like in so many times. But anyways, the next day we get back to school, and Jason is acting funny. And I'm like, I tell him, I'm like, yeah, you know, I was trying to call, but your mom answered and told me to stop calling. And he was like, yeah, I know. And so I'm like, okay. Next thing you know, the principal calling me to the office. And let me tell y'all, this school was racist. So I was always in that principal's office. Like always. Literally always. Like they always had me eating salad lunch for some reason. I just don't know why. But I was always eating isolated lunch. I was always up in the office. It was to the point where I got to the office and literally the principal gives me M&Ms. And so she's like, so Jania, you must already know what you're here for. And little old me, I'm like, no, I was hoping you would tell me what I'm here for. Do I need to lawyer up? Like, what is this? And so that's when she's like, well, Jason's mom talked to me this morning, and apparently she says you've been blowing up their house phone, and that she had to change their phone number and block your phone number because you call so much. Okay, sorry y'all, my camera died, so I just went ahead and got dressed, you know. But anyways, so yeah, so we're at school, and basically Jason's acting all weird. And so I just tried to start conversation. And so I'm like, your parents still separated? Now, was that the best conversation starter or no? Oh wait, I was talking about the principal's office. But yeah, so I'm in the principal's office, and she's just telling me how like the boy mama blocked my number and all of that. And so that's when I start talking to Jason. And so I'm like, yeah, you know, your parents still separated? And this boy like, how did you know my parents were separated? And I'm like, because you told me? He's like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, okay, because what you're not gonna do is that like I'm sitting up here stalking you. Like, just remember what you told me. Like, what? But anyways, yeah, so maybe I'll do another get ready with me with all these story times or whatever, because this is pretty fun. But I'm gonna go ahead and take out these pin curls, and I don't know if I already told y'all, which I probably didn't, but I'm gonna leave the information about this wig in the description box. This is True Glory hair, y'all, and honestly I've only had it in for a day, but I can say so far I'm loving it. And as y'all can see, it really holds the curls. Okay, it holds the curls. I know you're probably wondering where I'm going, and honestly, I'm going right here. I'm going right here. I'm finna film a video. Yes, I am. How you gonna tell me? I'm about to film a video. Anyways, I think pin curls are so cute. And you wanna know something else? I honestly, let me drink some water. Where the water at? But do y'all see these curls, child? Do y'all see the girls? And what I can say is the lace for me really did one of the better jobs at matching my skin tone than all the other ones I have, because I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it, child. I'm still working on it. Because I don't like when my lace look ashy. I don't like that. But anyways, so now we just gonna kind of do like that. Because I don't want to mess them up by combing. And I want them to still be very how they are now. I may want to recurl this one. Okay. I love it. Should I hold up the box? I'm gonna hold up the box for y'all. Let me go get the box. Here is the True Glory box, guys. So yeah, so that was a little get ready with me. I'm gonna get into filming this next video. It's definitely gonna be a story time. So if it's already up, check it out. If it's not, then it's coming soon, okay? But anyways, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And you already know, click, smack that subscribe button down below. And I will see y'all on my next video.